everyone, this is Fire Moon, and thank you so much for joining me today for my video for the full moon in Aquarius in July 2021. So this is going to be a kind of very special full moon because I believe that the next full moon will also fall in a very late degree of Aquarius. So this is a very rare situation. Every year there are two moons that are going to be in the same sign. And this works, I want to think of this energy a little bit as a kind of blue moon, which is kind of the opposite, where there are two full moons in the same month. But this has a similar kind of energy, if you ask me. So before I get into any kind of specific messages, I do want to point out I do have 5 piles for you to choose from. So this is pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There will be timestamps below, of course. But before I get started, I just want to say a very short note on this moon in Aquarius, which is happening in the sign of Leo. We are entering Leo, I think, in the next day from when I'm recording this. So this will be happening on July 23rd and 24th, depending on where you are in the world. For me here, it's going to be the 23rd, so today. And this is a very important distinction and axis in astrology. The Leo and Aquarius axis is one of the most kind of powerful, creativity centered and focused axes, because Leo is the sign of creation, of abundance, of performance, of play, of curiosity, of all of those good, beautiful types of things. And Aquarius is the sign of innovation. It's about connectivity. It's about new horizons. It's about brainstorming. It's about that kind of energy associated with Uranus. So very, very unique and just kind of marching to the beat of your own drum kind of energy. And Leo is that as well in a way, but it's more kind of individual focus, whereas Aquarius is more about the collective. So this is a very wonderful energy to be working with. And already what I'm getting a sense of is that it's this kind of time astrologically moving away from the nurturing and sometimes kind of hiddenness of Cancer season. It's moving into a time of wonderful manifestation and externalization of goals, of desires, of hopes and dreams. So this creativity axis of Leo and Aquarius is a wonderful time for all of that. So this is what we'll be getting into. I could have made an entire video just talking about this moon because it feels very potent to me, but I'm just going to get started right away with the messages for you. So I've pre-shuffled some oracle cards, so let's get started. This is for pile 1. Okay, so pile 1, these are your pre-shuffled oracle cards. The first thing that we have is the stars. A long journey brings rewards. How wonderful to see that. In the tarot, Aquarius represents the star card, so that's just further reinforcement of this energy for you. It's a very important time for you right now. New moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. And trust. So yeah, already what I'm getting a sense of is that there's been obviously a very long journey for you that you've been on when it comes to manifesting something you want, whether it's material or otherwise. And it seems that things are not actually happening right now, like that the seeds are not sprouting yet, that things are not fully coming into being yet. But because we have this placement in Taurus and long journey brings rewards, you're being asked to trust that this is happening. Anything, any placement in an earth sign, especially in Taurus, it's all about bringing things down to earth, into the 3D, into the material. And this is such a wonderful imagery I'm getting here with all of these stars, this kind of explosion of stars. It seems that one message that I think wants to come through, this might be for someone specific, is that you seem to be focused, to not quite be focused on something very specific, like you have all these, like a myriad of hopes and dreams and goals, but there's still one kind of at the center that wants to really get your attention and your energy. And if you find this sort of kind of focus, you will start to see these things that you've been working on for a very long time kind of interconnect and externalize themselves in this way that's kind of like funneled through one specific lens, like through this one lens, this central kind of point, everything will come together for you will sort of come about finally for you into the physical. And you're being asked to trust and to not kind of juggle too much between too many hopes, too many goals, too many dreams, and to just kind of go with the flow here. So we have noticing here that we have, of course, this is a new moon. We still see kind of an edge that's illuminated there in this card, and this is kind of the next phase of that, a basket moon. So you're being asked to just trust that things will grow at the pace that they're supposed to grow at, and you don't have to work quite as hard. With anytime Taurus comes up, it's kind of also a cautionary tale about overworking or overdoing things. You're being asked to take a step back and let things just come through, just sprout right now. And with this beautiful Aquarius energy here, the next cycle for you, the next month, will bring forth the externalization of these things, especially with that beautiful creative Leo energy that we have. And I'm so drawn to this card. I just want to keep like staring at it and keep talking about it. It just feels like this prime Aquarian energy of this sort of coolness and the coolness and detachment, but in this wonderfully paradoxical way in Leo season, where it feels sort of warm. I don't know where you are in the world right now, of course, and I don't know what the moon looks like for you, but when I was looking up at the moon, it seemed very blue to me the other night, kind of like these stars here, and but that didn't kind of give the moon this sort of cold energy that you might expect, like if it was yellow or reddish, because sometimes it is. I know I'm like a moon fanatic here, total lunatic, but it seemed to have this sort of hopefulness to it. I don't know. So definitely because the stars card came out, this is a very, very powerful time for you to kind of also use lunar energies to your benefit. So definitely between now and August 10th, I think, when the next new moon is a great time for you to just go with the flow, let things naturally move forward. And then when you reach the new moon, kind of evaluate again where you are and where things are going. How are these goals moving along? And then you will start to see them. You will start to get a better idea of how they can come through in the physical. Okay, so that's a lot of messages from just the oracle cards, but let's see what this is about specifically for you. Pile number 1. Wow, these just really wanted to come out. Okay. 6 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Oops, sorry about that. I'm back. Wow, interesting. Wheel of Fortune. So that was 5 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and then let's just get one more card. Wow. Where did that go? And 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, exactly. So it seems that for the longest time you've been juggling between so many projects, like we were talking about here, where you're focused on so many hopes, dreams, and goals. And with these 2 cards combined, it just speaks to me of a cycle in the past of you trying to do so much at the same time, kind of overstretching yourself, overworking yourself to make certain things happen, or to plant the seeds for certain things happening in the future. So this is the ultimate kind of juggling act for you. And here, with this 5 of Swords highlighted in the middle, it seems that you feel like you've been unfairly treated, or that it's been unfair to you, that these things that you've been working on and putting so much effort into and overstretching yourself for are not manifesting yet. We do have the 7 of Pentacles here at the end. It feels like things are not blooming yet in the way that they're meant to. And this is a card of patience, of kind of like the waiting process before the real manifestation takes place. So that's just reiterated here. And with the Wheel of Fortune, I do want to note that it came out reversed. So it might feel like this is not a lucky time for you. Like you're not being blessed right now. Basically, that is the feeling that I'm getting. But with the 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, things will start to move forward very quickly soon. I'm getting the sense that definitely after this new moon that's coming up in around August 10th, this is when things will start to be moving forward. So the best thing I can tell you right now is to enjoy this time around the full moon. Take a step back, let things flow, just to relax a little bit. Simply step away from this balancing, juggling act of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. And reevaluate things, assess how they are again around August 10th, and then you will know where to go from there, because this process is manifesting. It is happening behind the scenes. What you want will be coming through. Of course, nothing ever happens on our own timeline. It's always in divine timing, right? But the longer journey always bears the best results. If you were to rush things along, you might not get the best version of what you're wanting to. So trust that this process is positive for you and that it's leading you to the right place. I just want to get one more card to see where this is leading in the far future. Okay, we got 2 cards. So with the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles, I am not doing reversals today. Yeah, again, it seems like you are kind of surrounded by pettiness or by unfairness, like you're being also watched very closely on what you're doing maybe, or someone is not evaluating you in what you feel is a very fair way. And it might feel disempowering for you that these things that you're working on so hard are not manifesting. But with this King of Pentacles, which did come out reversed, but the message is trust that you have everything it needs to make this happen, and simply embody that sort of gracefulness in power, I want to say, if that even makes sense at all. There is a sort of grace to be had when you don't need physical proof necessarily that you are powerful, that you are abundant, that all of these things. And by simply embodying that, that is what you become. That's what others start to perceive you as. That is what you start attracting in your life physically. So it is a really wonderful time for you to just start to get used to this idea of letting things flow a little bit more. It is a beautiful time for anyone who, gets anything related to stars around an Aquarius full moon. So you are going to be blessed. Trust me, it is definitely here. With the Wheel of Fortune, next to the Seven of Pentacles, that feels like, you've not been getting blessed in the past, that you've been working so hard. Trust that it is coming, okay? And if you don't trust yourself, at least trust me. Anyway, I hope that resonated. That's it for pile number 1. Okay, so this is for pile number 2. So I've pre-shuffled some oracle cards. So this is going to tell us about what you're manifesting this full moon, what's going to happen for you this next cycle. And by the next cycle, I basically mean until the next full moon. What is happening for you? What's manifesting? So we got the key. Locked doors can now be opened. Great. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. And security. Yeah, so this is a sort of similar message in terms of timing to pile number 1. So if you felt drawn to both of these piles, or if you were stuck between them, maybe watch some of that. So definitely, this is pretty straightforward. You're getting some sort of new information, new insight, new understanding, new kind of revelation that will basically unlock something, some sort of conundrum. It will basically solve some sort of issue that you've been facing, some sort of block I'm hearing, some sort of closed door that was not ready for you to open for you, or that you were not yet ready to open, is now being swung fully open, or you're being given this gift, this key, this solution to this conundrum, or to this goal, or to this sort of blockage that you've been facing and that you've been kind of struggling with over the past. And the energy that I'm feeling is very positive. It's not that you were struggling and you were like, woe is me, like self-victimizing, all of that. Like, quite simply, you just didn't know how to get through this, or how to move forward. in this situation, or how to like fully externalize this thing, manifest this thing. It's all about manifestation here, right? And I'm getting the sense that those of you watching this are definitely powerful manifestors or very action-oriented beings. And it seems that, you know, any time in the past when you wanted to get something done or wanted to make something happen, you could just simply do it. And it just happened. You could do it. Energies were moving forward with you. It's like you were creating the momentum or the energies. But you've been blocked for some reason, most likely because a piece of information was missing, or you just had to see things, the situation from a different angle, one you hadn't really had the chance to encounter before. But something is happening around this full moon. There will be some sort of revelation, some sort of new information, something that will illuminate the missing puzzle piece that you need to open this door, to move forward in this direction you've been wanting to move forward for a long time. And with the new moon in Aries, so this is what's similar to pile 1 as a message, is that so you'll be getting this revelation around this full moon until, you know, throughout the waning moon, that is until the next new moon, which is going to be happening, I think, around August 10th. It won't be in Aries, but still it's important that it says new moon. So between now and then you'll be getting this revelation, and then around the new moon you will be able to kind of swivel around and move in this new, more potent, more powerful, more practical and just fulfilling direction that will simply bring out these things that you weren't able to bring out before, that to open these doors that you couldn't open before. Around this new moon you'll be able to just kind of reorient yourself in the correct direction. And with this security card, it's basically asking you to trust that this new information you're getting is positive, that it is logical, that it will be successful, that you will be successful in using this. It's like basically what I say with this is like success is guaranteed. Like whatever you intuitively feel you should be doing right now is exactly what will get you to the place you want to be. And I'm getting such fast forward moving energy here. So let's see what this is about. I'm just going to shuffle some more tarot cards. Oh, okay, so we get right away 10 of Cups. Wow, wonderful. And the Fool. Oh, such great energy. That's also, I think, Aries energy. So maybe some like very cardinal and or fire placement people are watching this. Woo! Okay. Nothing else. And those are our last 2 cards, violently swinging out. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we have amazing cards. 10 of Cups is mentioned. The Fool. 4 of Swords. The Universe or the World. And the Lovers. Great. Okay. So these are all truly positive cards. I mean, that success is guaranteed message definitely wants to come forward. So you're in a cycle of completion. You have completed a cycle of, I don't want to say struggle or lack or anything like that. Just you've simply completed a chapter in your life, and you might even feel like you have to be celebrating right now, or you might just be celebrating right now that you've come to this place that feels fresh, that feels new, or where you feel renewed. With this Fool card, it's always about finding yourself again, but in this renewed form, like in this newly synthesized form. It's about releasing old baggage. It's about being karmically cleared of any heavy or negative things that you might have gained through lessons in the past, or through any sort of cycles or experiences or journeys in the past. So you are now at this beautiful place of feeling and being renewed, and kind of reaching the next level of yourself. I mean, this is a time of beautiful celebration. And maybe you've been kind of feeling like you were on the edge of this, or on the verge of this, for quite a while. I'm getting like at least 3 to 4 months. And then you felt like maybe like you were still waiting though for this to actually kind of happen, for you maybe to gain some sort of recognition externally, like when am I going to get noticed for all the like wonderful stuff that I've done, all the lessons I've learned, all the growth that I've been through. But I mean, with the Fool and the Universe, I mean, this is the last card of the major arcana, and this is the first card of it. So this is just more of that reiterated. You are now this wise individual, this older soul. You've grown so much, and you have so much wisdom to share. You have so much power to showcase and to share with others in this, almost like I'm getting also maybe this sort of mentorship kind of way. Like you have been through so much that now you can share with others what stuff you've learned, what you've gained, like getting the sense maybe also like you've been working a lot on just tools for manifestation, and you've found so many things, like you don't even know how to like share them. You don't even know how to share them with yourself, how to document all you've learned, all you've found. And with the Lovers here, I mean, just a wonderful time ahead of co-creation, whether it's between you and another person or just in general, like with the universe. I'm hearing like forces are finally working with you now, like things are moving forward in a way that's just so blessed, and that you felt like maybe you just was missing from your life for a while now, or just stopped being there for the longest time, and now that's all like coming back full force, like at the next level. So let's see, I just want to pull one more card for how this is going to progress in the far future. So the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, I mean, this is that card again, security, this new path that you are embarking on, this new cycle of life, of wisdom, of accomplishment, of celebration is assured for you. It is now yours. You can trust that moving forward in this new direction, you're simply going to be blessed, protected, and constantly guided in this continually positive direction. So whatever this thing is, whatever this goal is for you, whatever this hope, this dream, it is happening, and right now as we speak, and it's moving forward, and it's going to be such a beautiful time of blessings and happiness and positivity for you. So that's amazing. That's what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments below. Share, like, subscribe. I hope to see you back here for more videos. Thanks. Okay, so this is for everyone who picked pile number 3. So these are going to be some of your pre-shuffled oracle cards. So the question is, what is manifesting for you around this full moon in Aquarius in July 2021? And basically what's manifesting for the next full cycle. So what I mean by that is from now until the next full moon. So what's changing for you? What is coming into being for you? So you have, first of all, the Knight, triumph over adversity. You have a hold your vision, fixed moon, and abundance. Great, wonderful. Such positive messages for this Aquarius full moon, and more of this very, very Aquarian blue energy. I just forever will associate blue with Aquarius. No one can tell me otherwise. Okay, so right now you're basically being asked to trust that the right timing for you will illuminate yourself. And it feels like you've been fighting a lot on this journey, whatever it is that you want to bring forth, whether it is indeed like material abundance or security or any sort of materialized goal in the past, whatever you wanted to bring forward, you've had to really fight for yourself. You've had to protect yourself. You've had to defend yourself. This is very kind of like 7 of Wands energy. You had to justify yourself, and you weren't listened to. You didn't feel like you were supported, like you were blessed, like you had partners to co-create with, like things were reflecting, like whatever you were putting out was being reflected to you, like the output of your work was being reflected back to you. All of the effort that you've put in hasn't yet come through, it feels like, for you, but you're being asked to hold your vision, right? And this card I definitely associate with kind of like triumph over adversity, triumph in adversity. I was just reflecting, really odd, today on this memory I had of well, being in the situation academically where I felt I was being tested by someone, and where I was so frustrating to kind of try to justify my unique vision in a situation, or my hope, or my kind of mission. And I felt like no one was ever going to listen to me. Like no one was ever going to like accept that. I didn't know how the heck I could like gain some sort of voice in what I wanted to say, or to speak about, or to invest in, because it was not something that was very mainstream. And that's a very Aquarian energy. Maybe that's why I was reflecting on it. Like it seems that there's something about that happening there. But I reminded myself when I was reflecting on this memory, I specifically was thinking of the moment when I told myself, after kind of being frustrated and crying and like, oh, woe is me, nothing's ever going to happen. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep fighting, and I'm going to thrive in adversity. And eventually I did get listened to. I did get heard, did get recognized for those ideas. And that sort of process of being maybe a subversive, or maybe having a unique vision, or having some sort of goal that's not necessarily mainstream in any sort of way, could feel like a journey of constantly closed doors in your face, like of constant obstacles and no manifestation. But believe me, that what is most prone to, or not prone, but what is most guaranteed to get you abundance, to get you true happiness, true just manifestation in general, is that very thing that feels the most maybe not scandalous or subversive necessarily, but that thing that is very, very unique to you, that no one else has done. This is very, very Aquarian energy, very Uranus energy of being the inventor. You know, I mean, so many inventors in the past, so many thinkers, great thinkers, were persecuted. I mean, up till recently in the 20th century, Galileo's works were still on the banned book list by certain institutions. I'm not going to mention any specifics, but I was just studying this. So it might feel like you're fighting and fighting, but this success is guaranteed for you as long as you stay true to yourself, and as long as you hold your vision, as this card I keep going back to that card. Just because things are not showing up right now in exactly the way you hope for, does not mean that they're not happening. So that you're being tested. How strong are you? How strong are you just in general? How strongly do you believe in yourself and in this goal, in this project, and whatever this is? And as I cut the deck, we have 10 of Cups and the Devil. So yeah, trust that this ultimate fulfillment and happiness is yours, that this thing is ultimately successful and abundant for you. And don't give in to the little devils telling you otherwise, or to those around you who want to test you and kind of like poke you and stir you, and or who might be very, who might even be jealous of you, or might feel threatened by your innovative energy, by your uniqueness and your power. Yeah, exactly. I mean, geez, this is exactly what I was just saying. Like, Hierophant, you're on this higher spiritual journey that is unique to you. You have this very specific purpose. This is what this card is about for me in this deck, and how it came out here. You have this higher calling. You have this idea, or this hope, or this dream that you feel like almost even powerless over, in the sense, in a positive sense, where like you no matter what you do, you can't get away from this. Like, you can't force yourself to work like a 9-to-5 job if that is not what your thing entails. Like, you can't force yourself to blend in, or to submit, or to subsume into society or any other structures, because and it might feel like those around you are trying to get you to do that. Like, this is, I mean, next to the Hierophant, this is ultimate kind of like petty energy, immature energy. It feels like those around you are not able to match you, or to understand you, or to sympathize, resonate with your higher sort of ideas. Okay, that's a lot of cards. I'm gonna just keep shuffling because I want to make sure I know exactly which ones were meant to come out in which order. Okay, we're gonna take those. Yeah, the Lovers again. Wow, that's You might want to check out pile 2 as well. That got this card in a very prominent sort of way. Yeah, so 3 of Swords, and then let's see what else. One more card, please, for pile number 3. Yeah, it feels like the world is not working with you, or that simply you just haven't felt supported by the universe. This is definitely a message that the previous pile number 2 got as well. So with the Lovers here, there's a sort of lack of collaboration or co-creation or equality around you when it comes to you just being who you are, following your purpose, your main kind of goal, your soul-oriented, spiritual journey-oriented goals. Because no matter if you are very spiritual, if you consider yourself very spiritual, it doesn't matter. Each of us has a purpose. And I always like to think of purpose as being some sort of like, well, being spiritual in essence, right? It's that thing that you feel called to do, like almost against your will, although you always have free will, of course. But basically you felt like you are on this journey alone, like everyone is kind of trying to, or just everyone is on a different wavelength than you are, basically. And that has caused a lot of kind of heartbreak or feelings of being left out, of feeling unsupported, of feeling like whatever you do, no matter how hard you try, like you're always just going to be left alone. And this is very sort of, this is, you know, the kind of downside. This is the darker side of being someone who is an innovator, someone who is unique, someone who has new ideas, who is a creator, who just has other visions than most of those around us, right? And this is, again, that prime Aquarian energy. The downside to being such an innovative person is that, yeah, sometimes you have to walk the road alone for a while. And it might feel like the world is against you, but it is not, because look at what you get at the end. You get Muse of Emotions, which in this deck it's the equivalent of the King of Cups, which is kind of going back to this Hierophant card. It's all about being mature. It's all about being connected to the higher meaning of your life. It's all about understanding and fulfilling and being in line with your purpose. And you are this person. But the thing about being this sort of person, because in this deck it's called the Muse of Emotions, is that you will always attract like-minded individuals, those who have a purpose that is similar to yours. No matter what you do, you might have to go through this time when you're being asked to trust in your inner potential and who you truly are, and your power and your potential for success, but and to do it while alone. But once you go through all the trials and tribulations and you pass all the tests of believing in yourself when others don't seem to be doing it, then the ultimate result is you always draw forth. I mean, look at how these people are mirroring each other here. So wonderful. You will always find connections to those who are tied to your soul purpose. And I mean, at the bottom of the deck, ultimate card of abundance, the Empress. Here, there are all these planets kind of emanating from the center, the solar plexus, which is represented by the sun here. And okay, the sun rules Leo, of course, so this is, you know, Leo season. It's all about trusting that inner abundance of yours and that inner ability to see just things that are more esoteric, perhaps, or more unique, is going to result in ultimate interconnectedness and mutual support and equality and just general abundance in your life. And with the World here, and I just want to keep going, and 3 of Materials, yeah, what did I say? Collaboration. That's all about. 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. Once you reach this kind of end of this cycle of feeling like you are able to believe in yourself and that you no longer need, I don't want to say that you ever like wanted the validation of others, but just a feeling like you no longer have to hold on to that heartbreak for that around you, feeling left out on this soul journey. Once you reach the end of that cycle, and I feel like this next cycle of the moon will be bringing you very close to that. Once you are able to do that, then things will be flowing in your direction in this beautiful co-creative way where you feel like you are part of the fabric of the universe in this very like nurturing, supportive way. So this is kind of what's manifesting for you between now and the next full moon. So let's see just get one card for how this will progress in the far future. Maybe that's way too many cards. Maybe just a card for when this will be happening. When will you start to... I mean, yeah, I'm definitely getting the sense that that's still too many cards. Between now and the next full moon, you will start to feel this flow of abundance for you. Yeah, just more reiteration of... These for me are very similar cards. It's about... If the Hermit was here, the cycle would be complete, but this is about you walking your own path, your own journey, and finding sort of comfort in this feeling of maybe even like what I call sometimes radical aloneness, of embracing your purpose because it is only yours. And with the Eight of Cups, there are a few decks in which it feels very void-like. Like, see how this, whatever this moon is, this new moon, maybe this speaks about the new moon coming around August 10th. Most of these readings have really been focusing on that new moon. So around this new moon, you will be able to evaluate how you feel you're fitting on the journey of your own purpose, if that makes sense. You will start to feel less alone on this journey, because it is just you, yes, but you're never truly alone. You're always supported by your spirit guides, by your true soul people who are being drawn to you as we speak, as you work on this purpose. They are being drawn to you, and sometimes it feels like you're taking the tougher path, but that is ultimately the best one, because it's what's going to bring ultimately the greatest fulfillment. If you weren't to walk this, if you were to turn away from this path, which sometimes feels like a void maybe, well, you wouldn't get there at that place of ultimate abundance where your soul is truly fulfilled. So these are all the messages I'm getting for you, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like this video, maybe share, maybe comment below to tell me how it resonated, and I hope to see you back here in the future. Thanks. Hi, pile number 4. So this is for everyone who picked this pile for what is manifesting for you around this full moon in Aquarius in July 2021. So I pre-shuffled some oracle cards for you, and we'll get started with the tarot right after I go over these. So we have, first of all, the Harlequin, true feelings are masked. Okay. Full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Wow. So Leo season is very important for you, and embracing. Okay, so the message is pretty clear here. And it's funny because the tarot deck that I picked for this before I shuffled these cards is the Victorian Romantic Tarot. And this definitely seems like a relationship-centered message. And there might be other messages that come through, of course. There might be a few possibilities here. This could also have to do with you, but we'll see what comes through. So Leo season, first of all, very, very important. So I talked a little bit, very, very briefly at the beginning of the video about how the Leo Aquarius axis is the ultimate axis of creation, of creativity, but it is also one the ultimate kind of opposition and axis of authenticity and of being true to yourself. And it seems that, well, two messages here, if whatever resonates for you. First one is someone is not revealing, of course, how they feel about you because of some sort of pride-related issue, okay? They might feel like they're going to lose some sort of power if they don't keep you in the dark, if they don't hold distance from you, like they're overwhelmed with how they feel about you, and they kind of thrive in that darkness and keeping that hidden from you. But honestly, that's the first message, we're going to get through the first message. If that's the case, like this full moon or this next cycle, this entire next lunar cycle will force this person quite literally to embrace their feelings. They're not going to be able to hold these in for very long. Simply, it will be divinely kind of guided and manifested, that just divinely, I guess, forced out, like a kind of tower moment sort of way for them to be true to themselves, to be true to you, to be true to their own feelings, and to simply let you know what it is that they actually feel. Okay, so that's the first message with these. And the second one is that there's some sort of nudge from the universe here. If you don't resonate with that, if you're not really thinking about a relationship here, that has to do with you embracing what's really true to your soul. Okay, so Leo season will be very important for you regardless of coming into greater, closer contact with the truth. Who is truly meant for you in the case of the relationship, or what is truly meant for you, or what is the energy that is truly yours, that is uniquely yours, that is filled with, that embodies authenticity and integrity in relation to who you truly actually are and how you put yourself out there in the world. This is what this cycle will be bringing for you, whichever one of these messages is what resonates. And I'm feeling maybe I should pull like cards for both of them, but it's all about being your true self. With the Leo, there are two ways to go about embracing the Leo energy. One is to be like, it's all me, you know, I'm the center of attention, I'm all this, I'm all that. That could come away as prideful sometimes. That's the shadow side of Leo. Every sign, every astrological energy has a shadow side and an evolved kind of iteration of its own energy. So that's one aspect of it. But the other is to just simply be, just let kind of that energy bubble forth out of you, and just simply illuminate the world effortlessly with who you truly are. It's simply about letting things pass through you in this very kind of solar plexus sort of way, because Leo always rules the solar plexus, right? So yeah, let's get into I feel like I have to pull cards for this because there are definitely two messages here. So let's see what this is about. Which message wants to be highlighted? And depending on what comes out, I might pull two different mini readings. So what's manifesting for you around this full moon? Okay, so you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull two different messages. So 3 cards for the first one, the relationship-based one that I was talking about, and 3 cards for the other one. So what is happening with this person? Whose feelings are masked, or who's hiding their feelings? Okay, so 8 of Swords. Yeah, definitely. I notice that there's a full moon in the background there, if you can see it. Yeah. So feeling tied up, looking away from the source of truth or illumination there with the moon, turning away from the light, feeling tied up like they can't speak this or else, or they simply aren't in a place where they can. Okay, and with the moon, more of that energy. I mean, gosh, this is so important. This new moon will make them turn around. So the way I'm viewing it here is, this person's turning away from the moon, and this person, there's no moon in the moon card. So I assume the moon is in front where she's looking in this card. So this person is basically being forced to look the other way, to face the truth, to look the truth in the face, the light in the face, whatever it is. And with the 2 of Wands, it's kind of like the establishing of this truth. It's kind of like the first moment and the first step of this truth becoming materialized. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, let's, I guess, clarify this a little bit. Are they going to reveal the truth to you? Ooh, wow. It's too many cards. Because we are going to pull the second message as well. Are they going to reveal this to you? There's a lot that you don't know about this situation, this person's feelings for you right now, this relationship. There's just a lot. I mean, 9 of Swords. See how that jumped out exactly next to 8 of Swords? That's crazy. Yeah, this person's having sleepless nights about this situation with you. But they cannot escape the truth. There's no way out of this except through. That's basically what I'm getting with that. So let's see, will you hear from them? Will they tell you the truth? Yep. Between now and the next full moon. So, I mean, with the Six of Cups, anytime this comes out and anytime this has to do with relationships, it's about a past reunion. It's about a person from the past coming back. Yeah, definitely. It seems that you will hear from this person. They're reflecting a lot on the past with you. They're thinking there's no way out of this except to just reveal what is actually there. The truth will be illuminated whether they like it or not. Okay, so that is the first message that comes through. And then the second one about your, well, I'm thinking that this might be, okay, the second one, I'm just going to take it as the second message. We get Four of Swords. And the second message was, what are you being called to embrace that's more authentic and true to you? Temperance. With the Four of Swords and Temperance and the Nine of Pentacles. Oh wow, interesting. Let's pull two more cards just because we have 5 cards on the other side. Oh my gosh, Two of Cups now. Okay, so wow, I feel like there are like 2 different messages and they connect. You know, that's kind of what I was actually feeling. Yeah, okay, this is a relationship reading, definitely. And if it isn't, take it however it resonates. Okay, so this person, I feel, has definitely wronged you, hurt you in some way, even if it is just by withholding the truth or their feelings or their love from you when you felt that there was a true connection there. I mean, the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups came out. I mean, this is a soulmate relationship, partnership. It feels very strongly like one. I mean, like, look at these 2 cards. These could very well be the same people, like whether in a past life or in childhood, like childhood sweethearts sort of way, or just simply the same people in a past cycle of their life. And this is about the progression of that. Even though Six of Cups is looking backwards, Two of Cups and Two of Cups is not. It's about like the present. It's about equality. It's about co-creation and partnership and true love. I mean, that's amazing. It seems like, yeah, this is definitely a soulmate connection and relationship. This person, yeah, I was going to say this, but I didn't want to say this because I didn't know why I felt this, but it's like this works both ways. There is a mirroring situation here. Like this person feels like they can't move forward, like they've wronged you, they've done all of this, they're in a place where they're stuck. 8 of Swords, they don't know how to move forward, like they don't know how to dig themselves out from this hole, and they're having sleepless nights about the fact that they can't dig themselves out of this hole, and they're constantly like going over cycles in a way they don't understand. They're just feeling very lost, they're feeling very in the dark, like they don't know what to do, how to get out of this. Meanwhile, you're here like, I'm not gonna do anything, like F you, like you did this, you screwed this up, like I can't do anything. Like the Four of Swords and Temperance together are cards that I always associate in situations like these with the energy of not reaching out, not taking a step forward. So you're feeling like, yeah, there's no way in hell that I'm reaching out to this person, that I'm doing anything. They're the ones who wronged me, they're the ones who walked away, they're the ones who hurt me, all of this and this and that. I mean, I'm over here being my true Leo self. Maybe this is what this is about. This is what I really wanted to say before. I'm being successful and focusing on myself, my career. I'm looking amazing. I am glamorous. I'm abundant. All of this. And it's great that you've turned to working on yourself, to being self-sufficient, and to just fulfilling your purpose and the things that you do have control over, and the things that are flowing in your life easily without this sort of blockage that you felt in this situation and relationship. But especially with this Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, you're being asked to not actively block this situation or this person, because this sort of confidence is amazing. It's like that Leo thing we talked about. I mean, this is your true authentic self, is being confident, is not being arrogant, being in your power, being abundant. That's amazing. That's great. You should do that. But, you know, make sure that there is no sort of like pettiness around it. Like, oh yeah, do you see what you like? Do you like what you see now? Like, do you like seeing me thriving over here while you're over there dying and crumbling on the inside, you know? Because deep down, what this comes from is from heartbreak, right? It's from Three of Swords, this sort of like self-shielding energy, or any sort of like overabundant energy of like, yeah, you like that? You want to see me walk away? That sort of energy does come from heartbreak. So what you're being asked is to continue being your true self, that is focused on your own goals, your own, you know, whatever is best for you, and to be independent and to not care about those who aren't actively showing you what you deserve to know and to be shown, which is the truth and equality and all of that. But to also not actively block anything or anyone, because when you're blocking things out of like woundedness or heartbreak, you're also just shutting out love automatically. So yeah, with the world came up whether at the bottom of the deck or in the readings, in every single reading. So yeah, this is about, and the Three of Pentacles, this was the same exact order as in the previous pile. This is crazy. And the Lovers. Okay, so you're being asked to continue on this path, on this cycle of life, of purpose, of doing you, but to be open to collaboration, to be open to equality and to co-creation again. Whether this person comes back, and I feel like they will, I feel like the truth will be revealed, like they'll be forced to share the truth, to accept the truth, or whether it will be someone else, but don't actively block out the general energy of love just because this situation happened the way it happened. Okay. Whoa, so those are the messages for this pile. That was definitely the lengthier one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment. Let me know, a comment or two. Let me know if it resonates, how it does. Like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you back here for another reading. Thanks. Bye. Hi everyone. So this is for everyone who picked pile number 5. So I pre-shuffled some oracle cards for you, and 3 of them to be exact, and these are what they are. So this is for the question, the general question, what's manifesting for you in this new cycle, in the next cycle, and that's basically from this full moon until the next moon. So you got the Chimera, imagination clouds your judgment. Okay, very bossy card there to begin with. New moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. And openness, and we get this beautiful moon, full moon. Wow. Okay, and this is not a moon oracle, so this one is a moon oracle, but this is not. So the fact that a full moon came out, it really is reiterating a very similar message that I've been getting across all of these readings, which is that this time from this Aquarius new moon or full moon, right, July 23, 24, until the next new moon, which is going to be around August 10th, is an extremely important time for opening up to truth and to receiving more information that will help you move forward in this new cycle with whatever it is you're asking about, or whatever it is that is most important to you. Okay, so definitely August 10th, once again highlighted. So I think basically all the readings except maybe pile 4 got the new moon, the upcoming new moon, as a very important time. So if you felt drawn to any of these other piles, maybe you should watch some of these readings too, some of those other readings. But anyway, basically between now, the Aquarius full moon, and the next new moon, you're being asked to reevaluate certain monologues, certain stories that you tell yourself that are not true, that are creating blockages. And specifically something to do with your own safety in the world, or with the safety of those around you. This is very kind of like root chakra centered, I think. It's about feeling safe in the world. It's about feeling like you have everything that you need, like you're protected, like you're able to be who you are and work on the things that you want to work on without feeling like there is danger around you, or that there is constant aggression or any sort of just automatic antagonism around you. And with Cancer and openness together. I mean, what's the shadow side of Cancer? This wonderful season we came out of. It's Cancer is people with Cancer placements, or just the Cancer energy in general. It's all about nurturing, about protecting. You know, one of the shadow sides to that is feeling constantly worried about others, those you care about, or making up stories in your head that aren't true, that are just totally embellished, like you just being anxious all the time for no reason, things like that. And the other kind of shadow trait is to be very like self-shielded and very kind of overly self-protective, because you assume that people like want to get at you, they want to stab you in the back, all of that. Probably from some sort of traumatic past experience that taught you that being open is not safe. And in this cycle, you're basically being asked to reevaluate the stories you tell yourself around safety, self-protectiveness, openness, and in general, just being who you are without having to always watch your back. This is a time of you releasing these negative self-limiting beliefs around just being able to be who you are in the world, and to not constantly have to worry and watch your back. Okay, so let's see what this is about specifically for pile 5. So I'm getting the sense that, yeah, between this full moon and the new moon, you will still be dealing with some of these issues and these kind of anxieties and negative just inner monologues, and that around the new moon you will get a chance to reevaluate, like, what can you do to change this inner mechanism. So first card out, Strength. Very interesting in this deck. Feels like this person is enveloped by this cobra or whatever snake it is, and she's feeling masked and like mute and like she can't speak, and this is definitely those anxieties of yours, those stories that you tell yourself disempowering you. And it might feel like what you're doing is you're protecting yourself, you know, you're being strong, you're being you're placing yourself in a place where no one can hurt you, right? But you're hurting yourself by doing that. 10 of Cups. So Strength, 10 of Cups. We got that card 3 times in these readings as well. So definitely watch another pile if you feel called to. The Chariot. Oh, that's Cancer energy right below the Cancer card. Okay, so especially this message is very important if you have big Cancer placements in your chart. Woo. Okay. These want to come out, so these will come out. And the King of Cups, more Cancer and water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Page of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting. 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's literally the card of security, of feeling safe in the world, of feeling like you're protected, like things are stable around you, that you are able to just be who you are and not have to constantly defend yourself. So all of this, these are wonderful cards. All of the cards are very, very positive here. And basically what I'm getting the sense of is that there is still some sort of shadow energy lingering around you that relates to a past experience that doesn't allow you to fully trust that you're protected, that you're blessed, that there will be a fulfillment of whatever your goals and hopes and dreams are in a way that is easily flowing, where you can just allow it to happen, where you can just allow it to be. But if you just turn around here, this person is with their back to this situation in this card here. If you just kind of remove that self-limiting mechanism and monologue of, oh, I'm going to get hurt if I just trust that things are going well, or if I trust this person, they're going to stab me in the back, like automatically, that's just going to happen. This is how the world works. If you just let go of that, you will see how much just celebration and beauty and excitement there is around you, and that you can enjoy life. You don't always have to watch your back. that you are able to get exactly what you need and want, that you can have everything you want. And with the Chariot in the middle, this is prime Cancer energy. So we talked about shadow side and kind of natural iterations of this energy. So this is a card of control, basically. And control, self-control, can go either way. It can go where all you're doing is limiting yourself and you're on the edge of being entirely inauthentic to yourself because you're masking so much of who you are, of what you truly want, of you're afraid of true full self-expression. You're basically limiting yourself from fully being in your power, even though you're doing it with the intention of protecting yourself. So that's one way to do self-control. And the other way is to just definitely getting something in my throat. And so that might have to do with self-expression for sure. But the other way to do it is to just trust that you have the power to hold the reins if anything goes wrong, like if you ever need it. But you are in your power. No one can really take that away from you. You have free will no matter what is happening in your life. So just to trust that you have that there if you need it. And horses are usually pulling in opposite directions. In the Chariot card here, they're kind of moving towards each other. So this is about kind of finding the balance between these energies of being self-protective, in control over yourself, but also being open and trusting that you can fully express yourself. You can truly be who you are and be carefree and notice beautiful things around you and the possibility for manifestation and all of that. And to trust that you won't get hurt automatically if you do that. King of Cups is more of this sort of Cancer energy. It's about ultimate emotional maturity and about being strong in vulnerability. Or not vulnerability necessarily, but being strong in authenticity. And with the Strength card again, just more of that message. There are two ways of doing this. There's one way of being strong, quote unquote, which is by masking the truth inside and by limiting what others can see, kind of overly curating yourself, all of that. And they're strong in the sense of, this is who I am, this is what's happening, this is my true energy, take it or leave it. But I'm not going to limit that just because I'm afraid that others won't understand or appreciate it. Okay, and as soon as you kind of tap into this energy of balancing out the self-protective with the self-expressive, you're able to move in this new direction where one step at a time kind of you start to trust again. You start to think and to feel that whatever things you are doing are able to happen positively, and that the other shoe is not going to drop randomly, and that you can trust whatever you see around you, and that there's no like hidden darker message or darker reality behind something that feels positive, because this sort of stability and the manifestation of what you want is guaranteed. You just have to accept that it is and not second guess it and not wonder like, oh, what, hidden negative things are happening behind the scenes that I have to worry about. No making up stories like that, okay? So between now and the new moon, there's a time for you to like kind of negotiate more of the like shadow work oriented aspects of where did this mentality come from? Where did these inner monologues come from? Like evaluate between now, the full moon, and August 10th, like why you have been embodying this energy. Why have you been feeding this energy, these thoughts, these feelings, okay? And to try to brainstorm ways out of this, how to kind of rewrite that programming within. And as soon as you do that, between the next new moon and the next full moon, you will start to see things turn around for you, where you're able to trust more freely and to simply just trust that the way things look is actually what the truth is. If they look good, it means it's good. If they look bad, I mean, there's stuff to be, fixed. There always is, right? But this is all about trusting that intuition. I'm definitely getting the sense that in the past you may have been put in a situation where you had to second guess your intuition. Like you were so hurt by someone who you didn't expect would hurt you. And then you kind of like second guessed everything about you and your powers of existing in the world. And I just pulled a card for how this will manifest in the long-term future, whatever this is. And I get Nine of Pentacles. It's you feeling in your power again, feeling like you can trust yourself. I mean, that answers that question. So definitely some work to do between now and the new moon and the next full moon, but success is guaranteed. And I mean, it's all fated, right? This process is part of your soul journey with the fates here, the Wheel of Fortune. And it is a cycle of you learning to trust again and to basically believe that the universe is working with you. Okay, so those are all the messages I'm getting for pile number 5. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, please leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I hope to see you back here for another video again. Thanks so much. Bye.